Hello and welcome to Deadline Horror News Live for February 2nd, 2022. I'm Josh and I'm joined here with Donnie
Hey,
and the Professor Smoke.
What's up?
Will couldn't be with us as per usual. He's on assignment, but we are from the All-American Spookshow Horror Podcast. As always, of course, we want to remind you to like and subscribe to the channel and click on the bell to be notified down below when we upload new videos and when we go live and everything so you won't miss a thing. We want you to become a supporter of the Spook Show by going over to patreon.com/AA Spook Show and sign up to become a patron. We have levels starting at $1, $3, all the way up to a crazy $1,000 Spook Show Insanity level. So, you don't want to miss out on any of that stuff over there. We have video minisodes every Tuesday. The feature there, the main attraction is the Library of the Professor, where Smoke takes something from his vast collection and talks about it and gives ratings and everything. So we always have a good time with that every Tuesday. There's also bonus podcasts every month, such as Spook Show Rewind and our new one coming soon, Crapsterpiece Theater, where the whole idea is just the worst movies. We actually have a poll up right now, but we'll get to the poll here in just a second. I'll toss to the episode 93 of the podcast is out right now, and as you see there on the screen, it's 10 to midnight.
I knew you were going to do it.
The Charles Bronson classic from Canon Films.
You know what this is? You know what this is?
Yeah, I think we got the perfect scene up there on the screen right now. If you've seen the movie, you'll probably know what this is. But yeah, that's out now. That just came out this past Monday, so that's our latest movie review, 10 to Midnight from 1983. And then episode 94 will be next Monday, where we welcome our special guest, Austin Trunick, author of The Canon Film Guide, Volume 1, 1980 through 1984. So the book covers just literally the first 5 years that Golan and Globus took over as like the creative heads of Canon Films.
Yeah, I got to say, when we were just recording that episode, that was probably, I would say that was probably one of my favorite episodes that, as far as guests that we had. Aside from my buddy Travis that came on.
Yeah. Well, that's a biased opinion, of course, because
yeah.
But yeah, no, he was great. But yeah, Austin came on and we talked about the book and everything, and it truly was a great interview. Now, the podcast, like I said, will come out next Monday, but we're also over on our Patreon, patreon.com/AA Spook Show. We're going to have the entire video interview up on the same day. So you want to be able to join us over there and check that out. But as you see there on the screen, we're here to announce we had 2 polls last month. They just ended literally at midnight on January 31st. So here are the 2 winners. Now for the Patreon poll last month, and this will be for episode 95, which will be on Valentine's Day. That will come out Valentine's Day. We're going to be watching one of Smoke's favorite slasher flicks from the early 2000s.
Yeah, wait.
Valentine. So, I think the voters over there on Patreon were out to get you, man. Like they subconsciously knew this was the movie you did not want to watch, and here we are, of course. And like as you see on the screen there, like last I checked, this movie was available. If you have a subscription to Shudder, you can check it out there. Or, if you don't own a copy or don't feel like renting it the other ways, it is on Shudder. And the other poll winner, this was our first Cult Corner episode, which will be the week after that, episode 96 on February 21st. The winner was The Warriors from 1979, I think it was, off the top of my head. And as you see there, this one is actually available in a few places, or a couple places, Hulu and Paramount Plus, if you're a subscriber on those. And I believe you can also watch it on HBO, like not HBO Max, but like, if you have like proper, I guess like HBO Go or something like that, the regular HBO cable and satellite, way. I think you can watch it there, and you can also watch it on Epix. So there are a handful of ways, and I'm sure you can rent it too if you don't own it. But yeah, you want to get ahead of the game there. Those are coming up later this month, so we'll be watching Valentine and then The Warriors back to back. So I guess
we got the Crapsterpiece.
Oh, the Crapsterpiece poll. Yeah, go ahead and throw it up. I almost forgot.
Yep.
There she blows. Truly, there she blows. Now, the whole premise here is like, like I said, the worst of the worst. And we basically, I'm not going to say who picked what, but we all picked, all four of us picked one of these movies each. And we want you to go over to our Facebook, over on the Slasher app, Twitter, even on TikTok, Facebook, whichever ones I'm blanking on which one I missed there. But there's 4 or 5 different ways you can vote.
Instagram, it's on
Instagram. That's the one I forgot. We need to put this poll. I haven't put the formal poll on Patreon yet either. I need to do that. But regardless, you have a vast number of ways to cast your vote. The 4 choices you see on the screen there are for Mac and Me, the Garbage Pail Kids movie. Just looking at that damn alien for Mac and Me. The Vanilla Ice classic, Cool as Ice. And then the Star Wars ripoff, Star Crash. So, all these come highly recommended. And, you need to cast your vote in the various ways that are, and then we'll add them all up. And then that's the movie that we'll do. Now, I shall also add that the only way you're going to be able to listen to us talk about those movies is to join us over on patreon.com/AASpookshow. That's going to be a Patreon exclusive. But you may have noticed that we teased on our socials over the last couple of days that we have a huge announcement today. And really, I guess only time will tell how big this is, further down the road. But I think it's a pretty big step in the growth of the Spook Show. So, Donnie, if you want to, hold on, I'll go ahead and cue it up. We've got a little preview video here for you so you can see what we've got.
All right.
That's right. We are going to be joining the Morbidly Beautiful Podcasting Network. Now, like I said, only time really will tell how big this will be for us. But basically, the website is, I think it's just morbidlybeautiful.com, right?
Yep.
And maybe you could explain a little better, like what this may entail as far as what this may or may not bring for the Spook Show, Donnie.
I'll tell you what, man. They've got a vast, like if you go to their website, morbidlybeautiful.com, they've actually got just vast amounts of content. Like way back, they have archives. They've been around, I think, since 2015. So they've definitely got their hold in the horror community. But yeah, we've used their content, for Deadline Horror News as well. Most notably, actually, in the horror anniversaries, our icon anniversaries for mainly just filling in our gaps, and also some of the news articles as well. So yeah, this will allow us to get more eyes and ears on on the show, and hopefully grow our audience and help them out too.
Yeah, this is the kind of partnership where hopefully it can benefit them just as much as it benefits us. With little reach we have and the bigger reach that they have. Hopefully, by joining forces, we can all benefit from it. So we'll have more details as far as what this exactly means and what it will bring for the future of the show. Hopefully, pretty much everything that we do, it won't change. We'll still talk about all the stuff that we do on Patreon, all the podcasts, everything that we do, and have done, we'll keep doing it. It just might grow a little bigger and might have a better look maybe as time goes on, and we'll just see where this develops and where it goes. But needless to say, this is big news for us to be joining something, like Morbidly Beautiful that has such a big reach in the horror community. And we're all looking forward to the partnership. So we wanted to put that out for everybody to know. And this probably won't be an immediate, it's not like we're flipping the switch and now we're all in. This will be a kind of a slow roll as far as our involvement with them. But you'll see things pop up and changes coming in the coming months. So stay tuned for all that. So we're all looking forward to it. But I'll add all that out of the way, Donnie. I guess we'll go ahead and toss to you for the latest deadlines in horror news.
Yeah. So we actually kind of discussed this offline a little bit, but Leatherface is coming to Netflix. So this is basically it's said to be a direct sequel to Tobe Hooper's original, but it's set nearly 50 years later. So Sally is back, the lone survivor from the original film. Directing is David Blue Garcia. He was DP of Tejano and Bloodfest. And this was actually surprising to me. This is the debut of screenwriter Chris Thomas Devlin. He has 7 IMDb credits. This is the very first film he's ever wrote. So I certainly found that surprising. But no, this should be interesting.
Pretty big ask to take on something like this for the first feature.
Yeah. Yeah, it releases only on Netflix February 18th.
So that's just coming up. What is it? That's not next week, but the next, right? The 18th. That's Friday. Yeah, that's 2 weeks from this Friday. Yep.
About 2 weeks. Yep. Yeah. What did you guys think of the trailer?
Smoke, what'd you think?
I don't know. But I was first of all, well, I'm not really a fan of the look of his mask, I guess, in this one. But then I haven't really been that much of a fan of the look of Leatherface's mask since, I don't know, maybe going back to the third one. The remake was okay. They had an okay look for the remake, the mask in the remake. But I don't know, something about all these different, like trying to make it different from the first one, I guess, or even different from the second one. And but this one looks, I don't know, it's a bit more, I guess maybe it's really fresh. The face he takes is really fresh, so it's like really clumpy or whatever.
I'm assuming that there'll be more to that once we watch it, like maybe there's some reasoning for that. And it's supposed to be, right, it's supposed to be a 50 years later sequel, like you said, so maybe it's just the fact that, like, well, that mask that you saw in the first one ain't going to look the same, and that was probably still not going to be around 50 years later. So
yeah, he had to hack off somebody else's face.
Yeah. I like a little bit of what I saw from the trailer, though. I like some of the gore aspects and stuff.
Yeah.
The little bit they showed. So, and honestly, that trailer,
artisty character. Oh,
yeah,
go ahead, Josh.
I was just going to say that trailer right there, just that 2-minute trailer, is more gory than the original movie.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. When I saw it, I was just like, I don't know. But I mean, I'm going to watch it anyway. And TCM is something that we haven't got to yet, but we will. Maybe we'll get to the whole franchise one year.
We have hit some really big movies in the history of our 3+ year history here on the Spook Show, or I should say on the regular podcast. But we've saved a lot of the big ones for later down the road. So we will get there, but this is one that we've kind of kept on the back burner. The original, that is, for a reason.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
Yep.
The Sally Hardesty character kind of reminds me of it's kind of like they saw Halloween 2018 and said we need to have Sally be, Laurie Strode.
Yeah,
like a badass type character or something. Because that's what she reminded me of in the trailer anyway.
Now that's not played by the same woman, right? Like the woman that played Sally in the original, she passed away 7 or 8 years ago, something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. So, kind of moving on to the next. So, Resident Evil Village has basically surpassed in the franchise, basically taken the second place crown, sold over 5.7 million units. So the Village was released on May 7th of last year. And like I said, it's second place to only Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, which sold, I think to date, 10.6 million.
Wow.
But and just also looking at that image right there, just on the kind of the left side kind of reminds me of Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah, I can see it.
Just some of the imagery. I don't know which one. I just remember seeing it looks like Metal Gear.
Yeah, it's very reminiscent.
But yeah, I don't have a recent gaming systems. I, I have no idea yet.
I'm still on the Atari 2600, so I haven't caught up on the Resident Evil franchise.
I do have Steam though. Like I've got my computer, but actually, speaking of Steam, if anybody else has Steam, you can actually get it. Get Village right now for 50% off.
Huh.
That's part of their Lunar New Year's sale.
Yeah, I've heard good things about the game. So like, it's been a while since I really dove into a recent Resident Evil game. Like at least since I think maybe Resident Evil 6. The last time I really played them. But yeah, looks pretty good.
Yeah. So yeah, the only other one is Paul Kelman. So he's best known as the star of the original My Bloody Valentine, 1981 slasher film. But he was also in Black Roses from 1988. He passed away just a couple of days ago.
How ironic! Not too far away from Valentine's Day, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, so
seems like we've been talking about too many deaths here recently, and as far as the movies and stuff are concerned.
Yeah, but yeah, other than that, that'd be it for the headlines.
The only fan convention that I saw anywhere, basically in the world, where we keep up with it, was CreepyCon in Ontario, Canada. You can go to creepycon.com for information there, but guests include, and it's actually a pretty thick guest list. I mean, you really should go over to creepycon.com to see this guest list. I mean, I couldn't begin to name off all the people, but some of the headlines are Nick Castle, the original Shape, Michael Myers from the first Halloween movie, James Remar, who we'll actually be seeing and talking about in The Warriors coming up here in a couple weeks, and then Clint Howard, Ron Howard's brother. He's there, and tons of others. I mean, a lot of people from sci-fi and horror movies and everything. So there's going to be quite a bit up there. So if you're in the Ontario, Canada area this weekend, that's February 5th to the 6th. So that's just this Saturday and Sunday. It sounds like this is something that you would definitely want to go check out. The box office report. Now we're going to change it up slightly, and we're not going to run through the whole top 10, but we're just going to run through the top 5 that you see there on the screen. Now, this is for the weekend of January 28th to the 30th, domestic here in the United States. So, number 5, The King's Man. Number 4, Redeeming Love. That's you, Donnie.
Yeah, all day.
Number 3, Sing 2. And number 2, Scream, made $7.2 million for a total so far in 3 weeks of a little over $62 million domestically. And, of course, the big dog, Spider-Man No Way Home, number 1 yet again in the box office. It only took a 1-week reprieve when Scream came out, and then it's been 2 weeks, number 1 2 weeks in a row since then. Spider-Man No Way Home made it a little over $11 million for a total so far of $735.8 million domestically.
Yeah,
I think I saw recently where it's creeping, like domestically, it's creeping up on like the big ones, like top 3-4 category. So yeah,
pretty impressive when you think about the all of those other movies, I'm sure in that category of top 3 or 4 were well before the COVID stuff. So.
Oh yeah. I mean, nothing's come even close to this during the pandemic era in the last 2 years. So yeah, yeah, it's kicking ass and taking names despite all of this. So yeah, it is raking. And I finally went to go see it this past weekend. So I finally witnessed it myself. So I contributed to this number 1 box office standing. I enjoyed it. I mean, we won't go deep in here, and there's certainly not any spoilers because this is one that you could spoil the hell out of if you wanted to. But no, we won't go into it. But yeah, it's good. If you like Marvel movies, you like Spider-Man and everything, I think you'll really enjoy that movie. So it's well deserved there at the old number 1 spot.
If you want to see Nicholas Hammond reprise his role from Spider-Man 1978 TV series,
I said no spoilers.
I'm sorry.
We've got new releases this week. Now, everything you see on the screen here, these are legitimately all new releases. They're not like DVD releases. Well, some of them are coming out on DVD, but you get my point. Like, they haven't been seen before. These are legit new releases. So we've got a good handful coming up over the next 5 or 6 days here. Tomorrow, February 3rd, Ghost of the Ozarks. That will be on video on demand. And then over on Shudder, Slapface. I don't know what it's about. Interesting title, so we'll find out. But those come
it's
out
just
tomorrow.
Ernest Borgnine screaming "slap" for the whole movie. Is that it? No.
Thou art the one. Slap. But anyway, Slapface. And then Friday, we've got 3 movies. Eminence comes out on video on demand. The Long Night and Alone with You. Those are both limited theatrical releases. So 2 actually in some spots in theaters and 1 on video on demand. Then next Tuesday, we've got on video on demand, this is Tuesday, February 8th, we've got Rose, A Love Story, Student Body, and then Exorcist Vengeance. That actually comes out on video on demand and on DVD next Tuesday. That's that Exorcist Vengeance is the one with that Charles Bronson lookalike guy, Robert Bronson.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to be in that one. That's interesting. And there is one more that you don't see here on the screen. Resident Evil, Welcome to Raccoon City, next Tuesday comes out on DVD and Blu-ray. So I just wanted to keep it kind of like, what you see on the screen there is actual new releases as opposed to stuff you see on Blu-ray. But
no, that's a good point.
So you got lots of stuff coming out over the next week. It's a busy week for the horror genre. That's for damn sure. And we've got 2 horror anniversary days, Donnie, if you want to roll those off.
Yeah, we got Boris Karloff. He died. Well, that would be today. So today is the however many years that's been. My math is atrocious. So
53 years ago.
Sure.
There we go.
Yep, that was it.
Not too long after he narrated How the Grinch Stole Christmas, right? Like what, a year, 2, 3 later?
Yeah, I think I was 68. I want to say 68.
There you go. Not too long after that.
Yeah. Other than that, we've got George Romero. He was born February 4th, 1940.
So happy birthday to George A. Romero this Friday. The godfather of zombies. Or at least zombie movies and whatnot the way we know them today, right, Smoke?
Yeah. If it wasn't for Romero, we wouldn't have the flesh-eating, shambling walkers or zombies or whatever you want to call them now.
Yeah, the only other anniversary, actually, Smoke. We had talked about this earlier. What you got?
Oh yeah, so Stanley Kubrick's Clockwork Orange turns 50 today.
Wow,
that makes me realize how damn old I am.
Yeah. So so that means it came out February 2nd, 1972, right?
Yep.
Wow, that's crazy.
Damn.
And that's probably one that we could we'll have to do at some point on the Cult Corner, I assume.
Yeah, I'm sure that will make the poll sooner or later for one of those Cult Corners, or we'll just decide to watch it regardless. That all these things won't always be decided by polls. We just kind of figure it'd be fun for everybody.
It'd be kind of cool
to be kind of involved in the poll process. But occasionally we'll just pick the movies ourselves, and we won't wait on y'all to make the decisions. We'll just do it ourselves. But speaking of which, there you see on the screen one more time, the Craps for Peace Theater poll is live now. You can, all of our social networks, you can go vote. And I'll put the proper poll on Patreon and probably up on Twitter. That way, if you want to do it that way, not comment it. But literally all you have to do is find the post that we did for the Craps for Peace Theater poll and just comment below which one of these movies do you want to see us do. Mac and Me, the Garbage Pail Kids movie, Cool as Ice, or Star Crash. So I know they're all winners. And it's a hard choice. Sophie's choice and all, but help us decide.
They're all losers and they're all winners. So
I'm going to have to see Star Crash. I have not seen
that. Yeah. No, I haven't.
Actually, I think that's
I've seen like clips and stuff, and I saw the trailer, but I've never watched the movie myself.
You know who that movie's got in it besides Josh, I know you've seen Maniac before. Have you ever seen Maniac, John? From 1980, the original one, Donnie?
Yeah, it's been it's been eons, but yeah, I do. Yeah, recall. Yeah.
So the guy who plays Maniac in that movie is in Star Crash in a totally different kind of getup though in that movie. Oh, wow. His costume. For those that don't know, Star Crash is a Star Wars ripoff. So, and Chanel is in Star Crash. Huh? Yeah.
I saw the trailer.
In a
was
ridiculous costume. So.
Oh yeah.
Also, Carolyn Monroe was in there too. She was also in there.
Oh, that's a Hammer icon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, all I saw of that trailer, it looks flat out just insane, like knockoff Star Wars, ridiculous.
Oh, well, if we ever have Austin Trunick back on the show, we'll have to ask him because I know he said he interviewed Luigi Cozzi, I believe. Luigi Cozzi directed Hercules, the Canon Films production of Hercules, and he directed Star Crash. So I'm sure he probably had some stories about that movie because that's one of his infamous sort of movies here. Star Crash is for Luigi Cozzi. Well, so was Hercules, for that matter. Hercules could have made this list easy as well.
Donnie, we have a couple of comments from Cash 5000. That McDonald's dance scene in Mac and Me, though. Yeah, there's even like a version of the trailer that has like it's like introduced by Ronald McDonald or something.
Yeah. Oh my God!
And then this one specifically for you, Donnie. Cash 5000 says, I remember watching A Clockwork Orange with Donnie way back in 1998.
Yeah. God Almighty, taking me back. That was it was right. Let's see, that would be after I broke my neck almost with the third plunge.
Yeah, we used to have a as wrestling was really hot back in the late 90s. We used to do. It wasn't like a wrestling federation or some stupid shit. It was just us doing stupid stuff on a trampoline at our friend's house, at Cash 5000's house, and some shady things went down on the old trampoline. I'll say that back when we were.
That sounds worse than you intended it to be.
What? I didn't mean it that way, or did I? So yeah.
Oh man.
Good times.
Yeah, good times. See that move, Donnie? Remember it.
Yeah. We would always see something like fucked up on WCW Nitro or Monday Night Raw, and then just make note of it, Donnie, because we're gonna try that out on you later. Power bombs, all the worst stuff.
That's fun.
We're lucky somebody didn't get really hurt or dead. That's all.
really lucky. Yeah, appreciate that. Thanks. But rest in peace to Cash 5000's folks jacuzzi cover.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we broke the hell out of that.
Yeah, that bit the dust.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much it for this week. We're meandering now here at the end, so you can see on the screen there the normal ways you can view the content and check out all of our socials. Like I said, go over on any of those, whichever one's your favorite, and go find the Crapster Piece Theater poll and make your voice heard. And we'll put the proper poll up over on Twitter and Patreon and everything. So if you'd rather vote that way, either way, that way we know what's going to go down over on Patreon for Crapster Piece Theater. So. And like we said earlier, the big news today was we're joining the Morbidly Beautiful Podcasting Network. So that's the biggest takeaway from today.
Yeah, man.
And we'll see what the future holds for us there. And we're definitely looking forward to it. So I guess that's pretty much it. So for Will, who was on assignment, as per usual, he couldn't be with us. For Donnie, Professor Smoke, I'm Josh. We are the All-American Spookshow Horror Podcast, and we will see you next week.
See you guys.
Later.